risk-taking strikes hard and true, which was our right Ace of Wands first, which is huge because we're going over Dark Night of the Soul and shadow work and self-sabotaging acts. And what we've learned about self-sabotaging acts is that they're not so much self-sabotaging as they are bringing us towards safety, or at least perceived safety, immediate safety. They are towards comfort. So anything that is a risk, that is unknown, evolutionarily speaking, is danger zone. Do not go into that valley. John went into that valley a couple weeks ago, and we haven't seen him since. So stay away from the unknown, please. That's how we're wired. We are wired for comfort and safety, not happiness. We remember that the human evolution is wired for safety and comfort, not happiness. So taking risks is going to go against evolution. It's going to be very difficult to do. So it came up again with our Ace of Wands. That's what's in the sphere at the moment, as far as I'm concerned with these other three cards. Feel free to add something if you want. Sea Fleet, feel free to add something if you want. And then we had our Seven of Cups, our Lord of illusionary success, however reversed, telling us that we've sort of lost that spark. Now, I went for a long walk in the rain yesterday, and it's funny that you don't realize how sweet something is until you don't do it for a really long time. And so I was having one of those moments of how sweet it was, hearing the rain, hearing the birds, catching a vibe. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I loved it. I daydreamed. I let my mind wander. I smelled the lavender bushes and the Christmas lights were up. It was dope. It was wonderful. And then we had the Six of Wands, which is victory. I'll read Six of Wands again because that one was pretty inspiring, and it really doesn't get more streamlined than that. All right. So taking risks. Now, the Seven of Cups reverse was telling us to daydream. Daydream about what? Take risks about what? I feel like I'm personally already taking, and maybe I'm not taking risks, but how do I take risks in this field? Spend money on something? I guess that's one of our biggest fears, right? I don't want to spend a lot of money on this thing that I really want because I'm afraid that I won't have money and something bad will happen and I will die. That's what the ultimate fears always come down to, right? And I will die. That's what that joke goes, but did you die? He's like, but did you die? It's like, no, I didn't. Great. All right. So keep on trucking. So that's where we're at. Like, what risks can we take? What risks do we need to get at? Maybe the risk can be found in our daydream. Maybe that's where our Seven of Cups is coming from. Our reverse says daydream, baby. Feel the magic a little more. It says that we've been baked to a crisp by the midday sun, like, hang out in the twilight, hang out at sunset, hang out at sunrise, in the in-between world where it's dreamy and magical and the mushrooms are glowing and shit. Maybe that's where we can find our happy place. Maybe that's where we can find the inspo, because whatever thoughts come up, and in that moment, boom, that's the risk. Maybe a trip comes up, or maybe a course comes up, a course in anything, a course in the ones we were just criticizing, the courses on how to be a better spiritual person, I don't know, or course on video production because you want to start a YouTube channel and like you need to tackle this hurdle of technology or anything, right? Maybe it's, I don't know, something. Find out what the risk is that you're avoiding in your walks, in your daydreams. Allow yourself to dream and be playful. I feel like that's one of the big things is this being playful. When I was a kid, this is coming through heavy right now. When I was a kid, and I was raised child. When I was a child, I guess you could say kid. In Catholicism, I was a child in the church. Beautiful. I loved the Catholic churches. It was a big old, I don't even know, 7-story red bricked cathedral. It wasn't huge, but it was pretty big. It was beautiful. And inside there was sculptures of angels and the stained glass. And I would fantasize about having angel wings flying around the church. It was the coolest thing. But I would literally just daydream all day at church or whenever we would go. And there's a silliness to it. There's a playfulness to it. There's a lightheartedness to it, and I think that's the aspect of daydreaming we need to go, but not the bitterness, because we have a good spread, because we're back to our Six of Wands, right? So we have where'd my and I'll read our Six of Wands for us. That's how our spread finished, and it's pretty glorious. pull a clarifier for the risk, we'll do that, Sea Fleet. Let me go over the Six of Wands real quick, because I think Spirit might have helped me out and threw me a bone on the clarifier, which could be our walk, which could be our daydreaming. It could be found in our habitual daydreams. That's what I'm getting, but we'll pull another card just because we're gangster like that. But let me read the Six of Wands again. It says, fearlessly act on your convictions, and others will be inspired to support your ideals. Oh, man, so maybe we nailed it. Maybe we nailed it. Our Ace of Wands reverse was like, hey, you're kind of being a little bitch, and you need to start taking some risks. You're living too comfy, and no one grows in comfort. Or I shouldn't say no one. Very few people have substantial, lasting, meaningful growth spurts when it's comfortable. It's just plain and simple. You ever tried growing a plant without wind? The plant goes really straight, and then once it starts bearing fruit, there was no resistance from the wind, so it had no need to build up its stalk, so it stayed skinny. But when the weight of the fruit came, it fell over. That could be like the king who just has a kingdom thrust upon his lap and never did any work towards it. Didn't study politics, didn't study history, didn't study former kings, didn't have conversations about warfare and how to govern and maintain an army, how to feed an army, how to pay for an army, who just had the fruit of a kingdom thrown upon his scrawny ass, and then the weight of the kingdom just crushed him to pieces. Our Six of Wands is telling us this. Points to the respect and acknowledgement due to you for your efforts to solve the problems of your community. The image is usually of a victory parade after the celebrated leader helps troops win a pivotal battle. I'll send you a link to it. Sorry, it looks like we're losing the stream again. It's all good. It took the whole tribe to win the victory, of course, but it was the leader's heroism and clarity under pressure that inspired them to overcome. The team is thrilled that the leader led them to victory. All right, so leaders leading to victory, clarity. The word that keeps sticking out to me is clarity. Clarity. Clarity has to do a lot with that huge 20-minute rant I gave at the beginning of the video, criticizing heavily how the New Age paradigm is so hell-bent on everything being subjective and everything and truth being what you perceive it to be, and all that matters is your perception of something, and it completely changes the thing that you're looking at. To a degree it does, but there exists objective truth outside of your perception, and it's called natural law. The law of cause and effect happens whether you believe in it or not. If I plant an apple seed, an apple tree will grow. Whether you can look at that apple and go, yeah, well, I'm actually going to call that apple a lemon because I perceive it as a lemon. You can perceive it however the hell you want, but it's still going to be an apple. You're not going to plant an apple tree and get a pear. You're not going to plant a plum tree and grow pineapples. You know what I mean? Cause and effect is an immutable, unchanging law. Well, sorry, Keith, what's your point? My point is, with this, in relation to this card, is clarity. Clarity means clarity of your goal, meaning you got to know exactly what your goal is and how to get it. Meaning there is objective, not subjective, there are objective truths and objective rights and wrongs in which you must do to achieve the goal that you want. Meaning you can't slack on your I forgot where I was. Clarity means you need a truth. You need your goal, and you need to know how to get it, and you can't allow yourself to make excuses for yourself. You can't fail and call it a success because you choose to see failure as a success. You can learn from your mistakes. You can acknowledge the mistake and say, all right, I'm never going to do that again, and therefore make better decisions in the future so that mistake doesn't happen again. But you can't just have a mistake and say, it's all good, baby. It's subjective. There's no such thing as bad. It's all how I feel about it. We have to have clarity in what we want, and therefore we will have clarity in what we need to do to get it. So I feel like the phone call that went off totally threw off my train of thought, but I think that was it. I'm pretty sure the alarm let us know that the message was sent through. Thank you, alarm. Message received. Copy. We can pull that clarifier card if you want. You guys want to pull that clarifier card or what? These are oregano smudging sticks. Oregano smudging sticks is what these are. These are oregano smudging sticks. Rusty, hello, sir. Oh, no data? Did our stream stop? All right, well. That being said, maybe we can pull one more clarifier, but someone's gonna have to give me some numbers. I need numbers one through 9. 1 through 9. The first one to give me a number is our card. 11. So 11, we'll just, I guess, 1 through 9, we'll add those together and say 2. So 2. Butter says 2. Knight of Pentacles. Peter, you are really busting my balls tonight. Computer, you are really busting my balls. It's Pentacles. Coin. The Knight of Pentacles is the Lord of the wild and fertile land. Lord of the wild and fertile land. All right, so we got some night energy. This doesn't always help because sometimes it's super out there. Damn, my internet is lagging bad right now, ain't it? It makes me super sad. So your resources will enhance and endeavor significantly, and you can reap many blessings as a result of your participation. The Knight of Coins reversed suggests that you should stop wasting energy on people who can't appreciate you. Stop throwing good money after bad. Cease wasting your blood, sweat, and tears on enterprises dominated by people who can't appreciate you. In this instance, you would benefit the whole situation by moving on instead of being so loyal and true. All right. Noted. That's pretty. We don't need an oracle at Delphi to translate that one for us, right? Sorry, Butter. I'm not sure what your question was at this point in time. It was something about what you should do this year. I was hoping that would clarify a lot for you. That reading was for the whole squad. That should have helped you tremendously. There must be 2 different kinds of tarot reading, right? Fleet, could you please help me with this question? I always wondered. Or maybe they're both. Hollywood puts out tarot readers as like, you're going to die in a car crash, fortune telling, seeing the future type of stuff. But then there's tarot like we did tonight. All right, you need to get back in your imagination more. You're a little too mundane. You got to kick in that childlike notion. The ideas, you're prevailing. So I would say tonight's reading was you need to take risks, and the risks you need to take are the prevailing thoughts that you have most often when you find yourself at peace in a childlike, meditative, creative, artistic stage. And rest assured that the endeavors you take will be supported by those around you, not only because they believe in you, but because it's something that they need direly in and of themselves, and they've just been wishing a ninja would this whole time, and you finally stood up to the plate and you fucking nailed it, and they love you for it, and it's a success. Now go to the tavern, buy fucking shots on the house for everyone, and party till the sun comes up. And then we got the Knight of Pentacles reversed, who is the Lord of the wild and fertile land, basically saying to also, if this helps, quit spending energy and time where it is not appreciated. Take that shit elsewhere. Which is pretty obvious, but it's nice to hear it out loud every once in a while, right? It's like, oh, that's right. I cannot go there anymore. I can say no. I could not hang out there anymore. I could not watch those TV shows anymore. I could not watch those YouTube channels anymore. Or when those, it's been popping up, those TikTok debates. I was trying to do the TikTok thing for a while, but I'm already falling out of it. Anywho, there's this thing rampant on TikTok where it's just, God doesn't exist, prove me wrong, or like atheists are wrong, prove me wrong, or like abortion is I'm okay with abortion. It's just all these like people trying to fucking fight each other all the time, and it just blows my mind. And I was just finding myself getting caught up into it because I think that it's got to be the Aries side mixed with the Aquarius rising. That's just like, bring it on, bitches. Like, bring it on. You know what I mean? I'll go toe to toe with anyone just to see what happens. You know what I mean? Who cares who wins? Baby. Let's just run it. And so I was getting caught up in them. I was like pouring massive amounts of energies. And I would end the video still carrying on the conversations in my head, still carrying on the argument in my head. Long after the situation had ended, here I am reliving it. And it's a tax. It's a mental, physical, spiritual tax on us. And we can turn it. We can say no. We can keep scrolling, you know what I mean? We can keep scrolling. We do have that option. We do have that. Thank you for the reminder, cards, and that last one is Knight of Pentacles. And I'll hook you guys up right now with that link. Sorry for the delay, Sea Fleet. Yes. Y'all better start charging for your services. Yes, I accept payment in forms of my Patreon, which is Keith Garcia at Patreon. I accept payment in via my Etsy shop, and if you sign up for my Patreon, you actually have discounts to the Etsy shop. Man of Letters. We make our own candles. We sell exotic trees and stuff. But I also hear that liking, sharing, and leaving comments is free. Dave, is it free still? Dave, liking and sharing, is it still free? It's still. Dave says it's still free. So that helps too if you guys would like to support in that way. But yes. What do you think of the giant dark spot on the sun? I think that's how you get to Narnia. Butter. If you would like, we could run. We could do something. We could set something up. Or if you really want it and everyone wants to sit through it, I guess we could do it now too. But it seems like the post I just ran should do you right. Seems like it should do you right.